Oh, can we turn the TV down a bit? Can you pass me the controller maybe? Or just... Alright, finally. I'm in. How was this? I see plates. I don't see ingots. Oh. Well, as predicted, I'm lost. Let's... Okay, so this floor makes nothing but rods. This whole floor makes nothing but screws, I think. Yep, okay. I now know what we were doing. Oops. One floor down, sorry. Yeah, so we're routing 8 of the constructors, and it's going to be these back 8 to get these plates, which means I also need to account for their outputs, so I do actually have to go up the floor. Okay, so the outputs will be to the middle, and I'll set up the plates. Okay. This streamer who uses a mic. What's up, Trunks? Just eating? Good time for eating. I suppose I should actually, like, introduce what we're doing and stuff, but... We're still working on the super factory. The super factory is very tall now. Let's go see just how tall it is. Now, the elevator itself... Thank you, Ada. The elevator itself does not actually count as part of how tall this building is, and I'll show you why. It kind of just keeps going, but this is going to be roughly the level of the roof. I'm thinking of putting the control room up here just because it's such a grand view of like everything else around it. Technically, the only other factory I've built that's even close to this tall is that one over there, which this one is replacing, and that one only looks tall because it's on a hill. So... but yeah, we're continuing the like manufacturing portion of the factory, so I've gone ahead and I've placed all the machines on the various floors that there will be machines on. And now I'm doing the plumbing, like I'm hooking up the belt feeding automation to everything. But where I'm going to get myself into some trouble is I haven't really handled the outputs yet. Like the, oh hey Syndicate! The truck depots, like I have no idea where the truck depot's even going to go, and for that matter I haven't even really been routing the actual, like, output belts to things. These new elevators are brilliant. I'm gonna have to figure out how to... I'll make no export. No export! Only number go up. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get one of these elevators built into my logistics base. Like my, like, headquarters base. Hey Todd. Welcome on in. You're looking at it. I had a productive enough day that I looked at working on, like, video game making or something, and I went, nah, we're not gonna do that tonight. We'll work this out instead. Alright, so this will all be plates. These 8 constructors are all gonna do weird shit, so I don't have to worry about them right now. Uh-oh. Can anybody spot the problem with the plan before I explain it? I can spot the problem with the plan. These belts need to feed into those holes, but these belts are in the way. I had to hook these ones up first, and then I'll have to, like, route around them. If I wanted to look good, I'm pretty sure with Satisfactory's physics I could have just, like, run the belt right through, but... Oh, this is gonna look bad no matter what I do. Is this the main factory I needed to build after the last session? Yes, this is the manufacturing attachment to that factory. This will turn all the lovely copper ingots and all the lovely iron ingots into actual useful stuff. But not at a large enough scale to satisfy, like, all of my production needs. You know what? I'm gonna just roll with that, and not think about it too hard, because even if I spaghetti around, it's gonna look gross going into those pipes. And the odds of me ever coming back to this floor are slim, so I'm just gonna not think about the problem too hard. Because the other thing I could do, I guess, if I could figure out the spacing, is like that. It makes everything I do more expensive. Oh, and it's not even technically legal. Hold on, let's try again. It makes everything I do more expensive, but that's how it's going to look best, so I guess that's what we're going with. Whoa, Todd with the 10 stream streak. Look at you go, buddy. It is very appreciated, of course. I'm not giving you a hard time for it, I swear. Wait, what the hell happened? I'm so turned around that I can't tell what my own plan is. Got it. Space is curved and these are smart conveyor belts. I'm definitely letting my sense of, like, visual correctness get in the way of... Like, I could build this cheaply by doing what I was doing in the first place. I'm actually not sure this is costing any more money than it otherwise would, now that I think about it. I thought I needed iron rods to make these upright conveyor lifts, but looking at the tooltip, I don't actually do. I should probably put some stands under these to make them look right. I'm not sure that I care. Again, the odds of ever returning to this particular logistics floor are low because I'm not really concerned with the overall throughput from this factory. Like, we're talking about a final output on the order of, like, 1 or 2 of things per minute. This is not an efficient factory. This is the making me stuff so that I can build the stuff that's gonna make large amounts of stuff factory. Alright. Pardon me. Just for shits and giggles and to make sure that things are producing what I want them to produce. Wants to power 1 constructor. Oh yeah, other than the actual placement of these things, nothing is set in stone yet about the design here either. Like, I still have to come through with the lighting. I'm thinking I'm actually going to replace all these floors with concrete, which I can do really easily with that design tool. And like all these machines are probably going to get color coded according to function. We're going to put up signs. Yeah, that's what I meant. Alright, as long as I can go downstairs and see one belt, fine. It's a spare parts factory and it's gonna look like it. Yeah, basically. Oh, I'm a foolish person who hid his parts from himself. How many of these is it gonna produce at a time? I need my notes. One sec. In total, I'm producing a fairly absurd quantity of plates. I just can't remember what it is. 160 plates per minute. So I need... which belt is that? I need belt 3. That's not a great sign. Oh, and I know exactly why that's the case. Alright. Show me the plates. No? Show me the plates. There are some plates. Wonderful. Alright. Now those plates are actually going to get split, but they're going to get split in a stupid way that we're not going to worry about here. So most of them have to go up another floor. The problem with that statement is that I would really like them to go out this fall, and they're clearly not going to. But I can wrap them around, and all it'll cost me is having spent too much on belts. Need more scaffolding. Let's see what the hell I'm doing. Which floor has my assemblers on it? Not that one. I knew it wasn't that one. Why'd we go to that floor? That's going to be another logistics floor. There we go. Assemblers! And... how many assemblers are going to make my reinforced plates? 5 of them, huh? Okay, so it's gonna come up to this floor's logistics floor. That's fine. Oh yeah, this building's ridiculous, Todd. This is very much the tallest thing I ever built. There. Now iron plates will go to the floor they need to go to. And I guess we're also going to have to send a significant portion of screws up there. What might be simpler for me to do... Vertical integration. I'm reasonably certain that's not what this means. It's been a while since I've done an economics class. But yeah, I don't actually mind the look of the vertical, like the belt lifts on the outside of a building. I think if it's done right, it can look kind of neat. But I don't actually want to do that with every material. One of the plans I was developing as I went... In fact, I might not even do that with this one. One of the plans I had, because the copper is going to come in from right there, was to build this building a little further in the northern-ish direction, and have like a logistics shaft, I guess you could call it, for the more finished goods. I was okay with the ingots coming up the outside of the building because they're coming from over there. Like, I just thought it looked cool, but I'm not going to do a ton of it. So I'm actually going to dismantle a lot of this and then change my plan a bit. And you'll see why... I'll go back down to the screws floor, and you'll see why I considered that useful. This is also not where this elevator is going to permanently live, which is why I haven't labeled any of the floors. The ultimate plan makes my screws. It's this one. So I need to go down 2. The ultimate plan is to move the elevator, and then we're gonna like basically wrap a facade around this entire building to make it actually look good, not just like a big box. Oh, I guess I did pass the rods up the outside. So the problem is, access. Right? If I run anything logistics, well, actually I could run it up to the 2nd floor. I'll tell you what, I'm going to process mentally what I'm talking about, and we'll switch to getting the copper smelter set up real quick, because that's not going to take long. Why the hell did I do that? I'm not thinking that hard about it. Alright. So we can kill literally all of these. None of them actually have to exist. Pretty sure I just deleted part of the highway. Don't think I care. So, This building is going to be, like, stupidly simple. And the way I'm going to get away with making it stupidly simple is because it's only going to have the smelters in it. This is going to drive me mental, isn't it? $120, I think that's the speed of a 2-belt. Yeah. What's really stupid is that the copper has to go all the way up to, like, that floor before it's of any use to us. There's actually a lot of different copper items being made in this factory. It's just that none of them are being made in any, like, significant quantity. You really don't need a lot of copper for this game. It's actually not attached, it only looks attached. After a while, you just learn these weird quirks of the engine. I've also had a better idea for how to handle the lights. No, I don't think it is a better idea. Never mind. It's not a better idea. It's a more elaborate idea, which actually makes it a worse idea. We're gonna keep doing what we did before. Okay, routing works. Alright, let's think about actual access. First, I'm going to think about the rest of the structure. They're worried about encroaching on the highway too. Don't get too worried about it. This whole section of highway is getting torn out. The only place this road goes is that guy over there, and this factory makes that one so obsolete that I'm probably gonna tear it down, and either salvage the materials or feed them into a sink, awesome sink. Oh, that blows a bit. I have an idea. Just got my beanie thing. Yeah, I think that's okay placement. Um, I'm going to construct this in such a way that there's going to be a double wall from this side. Not that I think anyone will ever actually be behind here, but we're going to have like a hidden, essentially a hidden wiring panel for everything we'd need it for, if that makes sense. Oops. Yeah, that's fine. And just to make sure that my logic checks out, Green, 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 smoke across the board. This sort of behavior makes the Factorio players very angry. I guess we should probably copy the general build of the iron factory, right? That'd be the same reasonable thing to do. Want a door. And I need the sloped walls. Ah. Now I could kind of copy it in either direction. This makes it the same from the road. I actually need to go look at the other factory and see how it works. Okay, so we put fans across the top, concrete, end caps, and I used the hexagonal windows. Okay. There, I think that's enough light too. It's not perfect by any stretch, but it'll serve the purpose. And just to make sure I've got the wiring right, I think I can turn it off. Yes, I can. Lovely. Alright, now we just have to kind of finish putting the walls on here. And I know it looks silly that we have to climb up a ladder to get in, but it's the ladder's temporary. There's actually going to be like a catwalk or a pedway connecting it to that building over there. Actually might not bother hiding that at all. Let me... I'll paint the vents real quick and then we'll jump down to the highway and see if it's as bad as I think it is or not. I mean, you can kind of see it, but it's not super obvious. Oh, we do have to think about plumbing the copper out of there, though. I'll tell you exactly how it's gonna happen. None of you saw this coming. Ta-da! Yeah, so what I have to do definitely is extend this like 2 or 3 foundations further back. Like to there maybe, even if I don't like, even if I end up covering this up so that I don't have to see it. Um, yeah, we're gonna have to do some lumbering. Hold on. It won't be perfectly straight, but it will be straight enough, if that makes sense. And then this also gives us room. This gives me room for like my fancier corridors. And what will eventually be the real elevator shaft and all that kind of thing. And again, some of the spaces will just be voids that you can't actually access, because that's just how it be sometimes. Oh, you know what I never considered? Oh, thank God. Okay, I'm smarter than I thought I was. Alright. I knew that those 2 grids were aligned, but I wasn't sure if they were... I knew they were aligned, but I wasn't sure if they were vertically aligned. I knew they were, like, aligned in horizontal space. Now I need to figure out where this copper is actually going. 1 second. I think it's here. It sure as hell wasn't here. Here it is. Alright, so I do need the copper to flow into here. The thing is, I wanted my access ways to run around outside of the building. Now, this is the highest floor the copper has to come to, but I think I want it to enter that floor way the hell over here. I'm about to do the shadiest thing. I know how to solve this problem. I have no idea what kind of power draw this elevator's putting on the grid, but it is convenient. Boy, you're allowed to make these real tall now. Cool, so now I can basically cordon this whole section off, which will be just for logistics up and downy bits, and I'll be able to build my visibility corridors and my elevator and everything freely. Because you gotta have fancy corridors. You gotta be able to take your cup of coffee and parade the floor. I didn't write down what any of the copper distribution was, so I might have to switch away from being able to see chat for a second. And the reason I say that is that I think some of it was actually special, but I've been wrong before. 40 units a minute and 80 units a minute. Oh, that's easy to fix. Okay, that's easy to do. Yeah. So I need 6 constructors set to do... Actually, let's go up to the floor and do that first. And then I'll have the in-game data to reference. So 6 of these constructors are going to be set to do copper wire. One of them is going to be throttled way the hell back. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, I choose you. So what I actually need is 160. I'm making 30 a minute, so 30 one of them has to make 20? That's... And none of them need more than 15 a minute. Right. Patch, patch, patch! It's Syl! What's going on, buddy? I am doing well, thank you for asking. I hope you're well as well. Alright, we're gonna kind of do the opposite thing on this belt, because we're gonna have 3 output products. Which is the devil, I know, but we're doing it anyway. Y'all will see why eventually. So it's the middle of this row. I need literally just one of these to line up against. Middle of this pad. Actually, I should put one in each slot just to not have to mess with it. Nope. Wrong. Missing cable. Shit, where do I have more cable? This factory used to make so much stuff so quickly, and now it's gonna make, like, nothing, and I'm spending so many resources making that happen. The trick is, it's going to make specialist end products way faster than I was making them before. So I'm sacrificing the resources I'm using to build it, plus the production of, like, basic stuff, to get more of the advanced stuff, and then I'm gonna build a new basic stuff factory, basically right there. And it'll be, if not directly attached to my logistics factory, then so close it might as well be. Wrong floor. Did I consult finance about that? Finance works for me. I am the rogue pioneer. One lone robot against the universe, and I'll make it take as long as I want, damn it. My understanding of this game is that there's effectively no post-game. Like, once you do the final space elevator shot, you have nothing to do until another update adds more content. So this belt arrangement won't have to be as complicated as that one over there, because I'm going to do the sensible thing and put the outside on the bottom and the inside on the top. Which is the other way I could have solved that problem instead of making that tangled mess over there. Although a logistics space that's a tangled mess is occasionally a delight to see. If it's the right flavor of tangled mess. If it's nice and symmetrical and right angles. Ah. Oh, but that elevator's not real, so I don't have to worry about it. Aha! Good lord, would you pretend to put one fucking pipe stand under the... let me just grab some. This elevator isn't real. It only looks real. It is the construction elevator that will be ultimately replaced by the final elevator once I know the dimensions of the logistics stuff. Boy, there's a lot of copper in the system considering I didn't leave the copper system running that long. So we'll program these two on here. These will be making copper sheets for us. But I'm going to start by just plumbing in the exits for the wire so that I don't get my pipes crossed here. There's no... This is not Factorio. There is a limited capacity for belt sorting. It's very expensive. I don't want to do it if I don't have to. And I don't think we actually have to here, so I'm not going to. What did I just say? Elevator, go down the hole. Oh, that's going to be so annoying. Alright, so now we need some mergers. Specifically, we need 3 of them, and I need them to be pointed that way. Thinking faster than this, please, patch. Yeah, that'll work. The wire shoots out of this thing at like some ridiculous rate, right? I need to look at the graph again. So we're going to be producing 160 wire a minute, but we need to do weird things with that wire output, because of course we do. However, since all of that wire... No, we don't have to do anything weird with the input. I need to bear that in mind when we get up to the next floor. The wire is just going to go straight up to the next floor, so we're literally just merging it and pushing it, which will be great. Oh, but we're making more than a belt Mark II belt can handle, so I actually need a Mark III. I probably didn't need one right in that one spot. Stackable conveyor poles. Build them nice so you don't have to. Oh, that looks really goofy, doesn't it? That looks less goofy. Alright, so as is tradition, we're gonna power one... Nope.
Thank you for exposing yourself to the soothing ambiance of a fix-it elevator today. I hope you feel refreshed.
I feel very refreshed, Ava. Thank you very much. Alright, so just for the sake of proving the concept, I'm gonna hook up exactly one... There are wires on the belt. No, of course there aren't wires on the belt. Why would there be wires on the belt? You haven't hooked anything up. Genius. First, you gotta build the thing. Alright, there are wires on the belt. Step 2. Bring this belt, which for some inexplicable reason I terminated in this direction. Yeah, magic. I know what the reason was. It's a stupid reason, but fixing the problem would take, like, 8 or 9 minutes. And to be honest, I don't feel like it. That's not straight. That's not even a little bit straight. Alright, so I need this to pass to, like, here, I think? Yeah, and then I need... I need to grab some ceiling. Alright, so now iron plates are hooked up. Lovely. Now we just have to hook up the copper sheet. No, I said merger. No, I said merger. Okay. We're gonna do this and really stress myself out. How much copper sheet are we making per minute? In that 8 or 9 minutes, you'll find something. Yeah, exactly. If I try to fix that now, it's gonna eat the entire evening. Let's see here. That is simply going to produce copper sheet that actually needs to go downstairs, funnily enough. But it's going to go in the same direction, because why not? Because I already put the hole, you see. And we really don't need good belt for this, because it's just... Alright, so copper sheet is now plumbed out. Copper ingots are plumbed in, copper sheet and wire are plumbed off this floor. Iron plates are plumbed off this floor. We're done with this floor until we do our lighting and decoration pass. Oh, no we're not. We have one other thing to do. Which is to hook these up. So now I have to allocate these constructors, and it gets a little janky. I'm just gonna do them, or sorry, assemblers. There are no constructors on this floor. I'm just gonna do them kind of in no particular order. Let me look at the graph again. Alright, so 5 of these are going to be tooled up for reinforced iron plates. I'm going to essentially pick one at random. And I think it's going to be, not at random, I'm going to put some thought into it. I think it's going to be these closest ones. Because I can just send the copper... I can send all those copper products over this way. Hopefully without, like, much hassle. And start using those for, like, rotors and stators and stuff. So, for reinforced plates, I need 5, but one of them is going to work at half speed. Which I'm going to nominate right now. Oh, I didn't realize I had that alternate recipe. I don't want to use it. So I'm going to just set this one right away to 50% speed. And then I'm going to set this one to a regular one. Copy it. Paste. Paste. So for those, we need plates and screws. And unfortunately, because I've done some stupid stuff here, that's going to be a tall order. This kind of behavior is eventually going to get me killed. So those are the plates on the outside. The screws have not been routed yet. And the other 2 inputs we need to come in from the outside will also have to be in that bar. So this bus is only 6 wide, which by sheer dumb luck happens to be the right number. So I guess we're doing bus bars now. Just so I can get around. I literally can't remember what speeds I need, so I'm just going to use the mightiest of the mighty here. Wire is coming up. Oh! Okay, I guess I need to make provision first for the, I need to go back down to the bottom, is what I have to do. That's the real solution here. So the 3 inputs that are coming in from the outside are going to be screws. So let's go back down to the screws logistics floor, which I believe is this one. No, we just did this. It's this one. Oh, and I guess I never routed it out. Hold on, I gotta go upstairs. Iron rods come in. No, iron rods are going out. What the hell's going on here? Alright, in all cases, this is just iron ingots going in. Right. Then the iron rods go up from this floor, because for whatever reason I decided to make this floor a special snowflake. So anything coming in from... Oh, I never plumbed the screw output. Alright, well, I know what floor it goes on anyway. Let's... Let's fix that first, and then I guess we'll do the plumbing. Okay, so I just need the screws to attach to literally any one of those. But I have to go up a floor to place the holes, because otherwise I don't know where they go. Never plumbed the screw output among us. Yeah, exactly. Screws are one of those weird things. I've got, like, multiple shipping containers full of them. And I should really, like, sooner than later, figure out a way to, like, backfeed all of that back into the factory. Right, I think I did this because I wasn't decided whether to send the screws upstairs or downstairs. Because, like, this entire floor of the factory is doing nothing but producing screws. Which are... I don't want to say worthless, but they ain't worth much. Give me supplies. You do not have supplies. Give me supplies. All right. Okay, we're clearly not using those to get work done anymore. We can take them down. Was that seriously the last one I had to place too? Of course it was. Wait a minute, is that right? Yeah. Whoa, wait, what's the total number of screws per minute I'm making? 640? Do I even have a belt that can feed that? Because that's going to change the plan. No, I do not. Alright, so... we're going to have 2 belts. Damn it! I'm going to have to do something weird to get all the materials fed up this wall. I knew there'd be a catch. Always is. I just want to point out, this is all in aid of building half. Let me repeat that. Half a modular frame per a heavy modular frame per minute. But the thing is, I need enough of them that it's worth building way too fucking many. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, god damn it. I can't do this. There's no room. I mean, I could. If I could figure out how to float the... If I could figure out how to float the splitters, I could do it. Let me see how much room there is on the floor above. There probably isn't either. Yeah, no, of course there isn't. I'm gonna have to figure out how to float the mergers. Can I snap them to the roof? That would actually be perfect. I can snap them to the roof. I cannot center them. I'd have to set them, like... That's gonna be so annoying. I'm gonna have to nudge them all a half nudge if I want them centered. I mean, there's only 8 of them to place. It can't be that bad, right? Of course, now the question is, will it attach? Like, if I do this, am I... Hot new YouTube series, will it attach? That actually looks kind of cool clipped into it like that. I don't always like when the models clip together. For reasons I would hope would be kind of obvious, but it can on occasion. look neat, I guess. Okay, I'm literally just doing this so I can see. You know, wonder. Huge success, it works. Ow. My bones. That hurt me. Hearing the elevator chime over and over again has me feeling like I'm in a Dancing Bacons video. Every now and then, I start watching his videos again, and I've been watching them again, and for whatever reason, I'm marathoning all the ones where he's doing, like, vending machines. So, like, at the train station or the airport, and something about Japanese train stations and airports, they really, for whatever reason, love that particular chime that elevator's using. Or at least one that's a lot like it. Now, why is this centering properly? The row of constructors upstairs must have actually been off-center. I am not gonna fix that. If I hadn't noticed that before now, there's not ever gonna be a time... Wait a minute. There's never gonna be a time when the issue will be visually obvious. It's a psychological thing. They're designed to be calming rather than garish. Yeah, I get that. And like, I wasn't, to be abundantly clear, I wasn't complaining about the preference for those. It struck me as soon as I put my headphones on and heard the elevator for the first time. I was like, oh. That's a very Haneda Airport sound for that to make. And we don't actually need that one. We're using 3x for bus logic reasons. I just need more of these. God, we're using so much iron plate that I'm actually worried I'm going to run out before I'm done with the factory. The good news is, this factory technically produces... No. Technically produces iron plate. The bad news is, it's not actually set up to produce anything right at the moment. Now. So it's the two on the outside, and they need to be the fastest belts I got. I'll tell you what is unfortunate about this is I actually have to bring a seventh path up this pipeline. And I could just make it all wider to do that. But we'll see where it needs to go. I suspect that I can actually run the seventh item like right up the outside and then never actually touch it. Fuck, I can't tell from here. I'm gonna have to do it from the top. This factory is a gong show. I've been watching what Darren plays on YouTube, which is kind of why I started playing this again. And God, he must cut hours and hours and hours of his playthroughs out. Close enough. Alright, fastest belt you got. Oh man, I've already forgotten. Right, that's copper sheets and it's going down. Let's actually get that one right now so that I don't have to think about it again. And then this one and one other for the other stuff I need. I've already lost track of which one of these is which. Iron, copper screw. Let's put some signs up before I lose track again. How do these end up upside down? I don't like care, but... Well, that's vaguely annoying. So I need screws and iron plates to go to... Let's see here. All of the iron plates will go in and then they will overflow. I'm starting to think I need more width. I'm gonna need, yeah, I'm just gonna need more width. That's just how it is. Because I need, I forgot in all my kind of precious planning about this that I need, I'm also gonna need return paths now that I'm at the top. But that I can make too deep. I actually did that in one of my other factories. I made it so that, like, you'd have one layer to the outside, and then you'd have another layer of lifts behind it with just some, like, extensions to make it work. So it's doable. But I don't... Not all the screws are going to these, right? No. But I'm gonna let the manifold... I'm gonna have to let the manifold balance the flow of screws. We're gonna have to think about that. So actually, let's start... Since screws is gonna be the hard problem, let's start by figuring out who needs screws. Firstly, it's going to be every single assembler that I set up for iron plate. Right? You're one of the ones. Yeah, you're the one that's doing half. Not you. Yeah, okay. Alright, so each of those ones are going to need screws. Then I need 3 more. That will take screws. One of which is going to work at half speed, and they're all making rotors. And one of the issues with making rotors here is just that the making of rotors is itself a really slow operation, like you only do 4 per minute. And one is running at half speed. So those are also getting screws. And this is the sound of me realizing that we need rods to come up here, and they're not plumbed to come up here either. We'll burn that bridge when we get to it, I guess. And then yet more screws need to go upstairs, but I'm not sure how many. Or how many I'm making. I may have to draw this out. Yeah, the more I'm thinking about this, I'm gonna have to diagram this out. Because, like, we're sending screws to all these places. It's future patch making his life easier. But not that one. What's that one going to be doing? Yeah, I need more diagram. I have the network flow graph from the calculator, but that doesn't help me just yet. I need to translate it to floors of the building. Because this floor is all assemblers, and then if I go up one more floor... Well, you know what I mean. One more service floor. There's 4 more assemblers up here that are doing something absolutely vital, but I don't know what it is. I assume it's something that needs to be fed into this. Let me just check real quick. Modular frames, that's what they are. And I bet you I need 4 constructors worth of them. That should be nice if that's what that was. Modular frame. Need 2.5. Do I have an extra assembler? Is that what the problem is? Because I didn't trust the number when I came up with it. I need 4.5 making heavy modular frames. That's downstairs. That's 5, basically, that I need. Oh. 4.5. That's what it is. This one. Not this one. This one, and only this one, is going to end up making modular frames at like a reduced rate. Which is very annoying. Okay. I'm going to have to play around with diagramming this, because I can't quite wrap my head around it right this instant. I'm going to have to get out the pens and paper and stuff, and I'm not set up from... Imagine a Sylvan SD mech solely focused on quarterly numbers. And I'm not set up...
Thanks. I really needed that breath of fresh air. It gets a little stale in here.
No problem, Meta. Anyway, yeah, I'm not set up where I'm playing from to like break out the pens and notepads and show you. So I'll just have to, I guess, screw off and do my diagramming. It's getting kind of late anyway. So maybe we'll go ahead and pick a raid target. Actually, that sounds like a great idea. We haven't done it to him in a while. I think I'm going to raid Howlet today. more of a words person than a numbers person. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sort it out. Diagramming wise, I might even just finish doing the belt plumbing on my own playthrough, and then just show it off when we're streaming again. But for now, night all. I'll catch you all next time.